Sa ilang sandali, magsisimula na po ang third game ng ating triple header for today as we come to you from the Subic Bay Gymnasium here in Olongapo City, Zambales. Noel Zarate alongside Eman Cabiles para ihatid sa inyo itong ating labanan. Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life taking on the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Great to have you with us dito. Itong kupunan ng Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors looking to bounce or to get 2 consecutive wins. At itong mga Davao Oriental Tigers, well, they just want to continue winning.
That is right, Noel. 2 winning streak na ang Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life, no? Tapos ang Pasig Sta Lucia naman, after being down 0-2, nakakuha ng huling panalo nila last game.
Well, of course, pag-usapan natin itong magkabilang kupunan na ito. Itong kupunan ng Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors coming off an 80-53 victory. Samantala ito ng mga Davao coming off an 82-69, a relatively easy. Masasabi natin sa bandang dulo, they were able to pull away against the FSD Makati Army. And here are the numbers from that game.
That is right. Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life, 33 out of 82 sa field goals. Samantala yung kalaban nila noon na FSD Makati Army 25-71. Sa assist naman, lamang na lamang ang Davao Occidental Tigers 27-16. Fast break points 19-8 laban sa FSD Makati Army. At sa turnovers, yun, lamang talaga ang Davao Occidental Tigers 13-23.
They took care of the ball a lot itong kupunan ng Davao. And will that happen today against the pesky defense of the Santa Lucia or the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors? Again, coming off that 80-53 win. What they achieved here is that's the lowest score. Yung 7A Primus, 53 points was the lowest score in the league at the time.
Yes, locking down the 7A Primus were the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Pero was a field goal muna, 30-68 ang shooting nila, no? Against a 19-72 sa 7A Primus. Meanwhile, sa rebound department, 53-41. Sa assist naman, they moved the ball very well, 25 against 9 ng 7A Primus. And sa points in the paint, 36-24.
And of course, that was led by Japs Bautista, who did the damage from the outside, 3 of 8 from beyond the arc. Ito naman si Jexter Apinan was 4 out of 5 from the field for 10 points. Now, which winning streak will survive tonight? Yan ang katanungan dito. Pasig Sta Lucia trying to go for 2 consecutive. Davao looking for their 3rd straight as we send it now to Ken Pangilinan.
Magandang gabi mga ka-Filbasket. Welcome to Day 8 of the 2021 Filbasket Subic Championship presented by Coco Life. This is the last game of our triple header featuring the Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life versus Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Let's meet the starting lineups. The starting five for the Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life. At guard, 5'10" from National University, number 18, Jeric Teng. Also at guard, 6 feet from University of Visayas, number 19, Eman. At center, 6'4" from
Now let's check out the starters para sa magkabilang koponan, brought to us by TM Easy Surf. And masasabi natin dito, Eman, all of the teams, they like to shuffle their starting lineup. That
Right.
is definitely not the case para dito sa koponan ng Davao. This has been their regular starting lineup.
Yes, Billy Ray Robles at forward along with Marco Balagtas, Alan Santos manning the middle, Joseph Terso and Carlo Eman are the guards. Meanwhile, Felix Apreco, Clark Derigue, Justin Aranya, and Ryan Costello with Japs Bautista naman para sa Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Ang nasa-shuffle lang dito ng konti si Felix Apreco.
That's
minsan
right.
Nasa loob siya, minsan wala.
Well, Felix Apreco getting the start here today. And again, Coach Bong de la Cruz, one of the masters at adjustments. So it is game time according to Ken Pangilinan. Then the first possession will go over to the green shirts. Dito ko po na Pasig Sta Lucia first quarter, brought to us by TikTok. So Felix Apreco ngayon. We're gonna see some storylines developing dito, especially to si Japs Bautista, who came out of nowhere to shoot 3 3-pointers in their win against itong 7A Primus, Eman. And you know, he will be a marked man here tonight.
Yes, he will. And I was talking with Alan Santos earlier, no? Well, si Japs Bautista hindi niya assignment, pero they aim to control the middle, Noel. So medyo target nila dito si Justin Arana and Jexter Apinan.
And of course, alam naman natin na itong koponan ng Pasig Sta Lucia, inside points against 7A Primus, 36-24. That's a department that they controlled and hope to control here again today.
That is correct. Medyo hindi sila nagdedepende sa kanilang outside shooting. Although sabi ni assistant coach Ogie Gumatay,
Yeah.
they would like to, of course, they would like to make the shots from the outside in this game para lumuwag ang loob.
At medyo masikip ang loob doon sa pinorma ni Alan Santos.
That is right.
You cannot force it on the first pass against the defense. So maganda rin dito, no? Davao, with this usual starting lineup, they have most of their veterans come off the bench. When we say veterans, we're talking about the former PBA players. There are none of them on the floor right now. Oh, nice spin move there for the 6'7", Justin Arana.
Meanwhile, bawas na sa assignment ni Alan Santos yun dahil nakascore si Arana.
Well, Alan Santos has to do a better job using his body to try and block out this kid. 3-0 para sa Pasig Sta Lucia. Eman Calo on the step back. And so far, so good here for the Realtors.
Eman Calo, one of the top scorers in Davao Occidental Tigers
Yeah.
Coco Life last game, along with Chris Lalata and Gab Dagango, no?
Now, Chris Lalata, actually, we'll talk about him when he comes in. In the meantime, Justin Arana with 2 field goals already here in the first quarter. 5-0 ang ating score. Pasig Sta Lucia with the early lead.
That time, Noel,
Oh,
height won over might. Well,
Calo.
dalawang beses na.
right. Calo was thinking that Balagtas was at his spot. Papunta pa lang yung Balagtas doon. And right now the pressure is still on. Inside play ngayon off the turnover. Finally a basket for the Tigers. Five to 2 po ang ating score. And that's going to be a trip up there from Joseph Terzo.
Eman Calo, recipient of that pass off the steal and fast break ng Davao Occidental Tigers.
Got 7:42 to play dito sa ating first quarter. Ryan Costello, his pass batted out by the much taller Marco Balagtas. And again, itong Pasig Sta Lucia coming into this tournament, a lot of people expected that they would be a playoff-bound team. Pero yun na nga, they struggled in their first 2 games. And we are now live actually on TikTok and YouTube. So maraming salamat for those tuning in on those 2 mediums. In the meantime, we're gonna have a foul called once again.
That is right, well. Add ko lang, no? If you are, mga ka-Filbasket, if you are posting stuff about the league, please don't forget the hashtag, We Are Filbasket.
We are here in Subic. At ito ngayon si Balagtas comes up empty. 7-2 ang ating score. This free throw is brought to us by Wilson, the official basketball of the Filbasket Subic Championship. So Marco Balagtas, again, one of the steady starters dito. No ex-pros on the floor for Davao to begin this game. In their first couple of games, they still experimented with that. Pero ito na, solid na ito para kay Coach Matt Makalintal. Apreco was surprised to get the pass. Ryan Costello will set the table with a little over 7 minutes remaining.
Coach Makalintal parang nire-reserva pa sa end part ng ating torneo itong kanyang mga veterano.
Well, hopefully, ang Fury niya rito, they can actually get big leads without them and only use the ex-pros in case of emergency. Japs Bautista picking up from where he left off against 7A Primus.
Japs Bautista, always reliable for Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Baka mapaaga yung emergency na yun, Noel.
Yun na nga, that's his first three-pointer of this game. 10-3 in favor of the Realtors. Santos can't score. Balagtas keeps it alive. Here's Joseph Terzo, one of the steadying forces dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers. Terzo can't score. Everything but the basket that time for the former NU Bulldog. Transition three para kay Bautista. Balagtas leading the break. Billy Ray Robles showing the handles and he will head to the free throw line.
So far, Noel, yung outside shooting ng Pasig Sta Lucia, hindi pa gumagana dito except for that three made by Japs Bautista. No? They are actually, as a team, shooting only 35.2% from the three-point area, which is, well, actually good for second place dito sa liga.
Well, ito nga kupunan ng Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. When it comes to scoring, they're 10th in the league with an average of 73.3. When it comes to rebounding, they're 11th in the league, 39 rebounds per game. When it comes to assists, Pasig Sta Lucia is 9th in the league. So, for a team that was touted to be on Final Four material, these are not good numbers to show in the early goings as Joseph Terzo misses from the outside and Alan Santos will be caught.
Doon sa mga sinabi mong numbers, Noel, yun yung sinasabi nila na iba yung team sa paper, iba yung team sa court.
Well, so far on the court, they at least picked up their first victory and did a little bit of history in the process na rin. They won 80-53 and held 7A Primus to the lowest score so far dito sa ating liga. The lowest score before that was also held by 7A Primus na 59. Pero yung 7A Primus proved themselves earlier when they scored 108 points.
108 points, high scoring yung ball game kanina.
Talo nga lang sila sa AICC Manila which scored 117 points. Robles trying to get position and he is gonna lose possession.
Bothered by the defense of Ryan Costello there. Ryan Costello,
and
another steady performer for Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors.
Well, now the ex-pros are starting to filter in. Here's Rudy Linganay seeing his first action of the game para sa Pasig Sta Lucia. You know, the same case para dito sa Santa Lucia. No ex-pros in the starting lineup and now they finally bring in Linganay.
Meanwhile, Rudy Linganay, 10th in assist dito sa ating liga ngayon. Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors looking to move the ball more for better shots.
Yeah, and he's going up against Joseph Terzo, two of the glue guys on their squads. Arana on the miss, follow up, and that will be Clark Derije going to the free throw line. Kayod Marino, depensa rito nitong Davao Occidental Tigers. And yung gang rebounding that we did not see in the previous games of Santa Lucia, that's exactly what's happening right now. That's why they're having so many possessions.
That is correct, Noel. And that is also one of the focus of Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors going into this game. Of course, yung depensa nila, kasama na doon yung gang rebounding. And they actually would like to limit Billy Ray Robles and John Wilson na nakaupo pa rin hanggang ngayon.
Na rin pumatay sa FSD the last game were not those two names. They actually leaned on Gab Dagaron. Pati na rin ito si Chris Lanata. We're gonna talk more about that later on as we have this timeout. Santa Lucia, Pasig with their first or their biggest lead of the game, 12-3, and this timeout brought to us by Astig Roasters.
blank 6. Yup. Summer or the winter, yeah, we got it. Hooping on the block is
Back with us here at the Subic Bay Gym. It is 12-3 in favor of the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Early good start here para sa koponan that's looking to get back-to-back wins for the first time this season.
Yes, meanwhile, ang Davao Occidental Tigers naman, before their last win, medyo roller coaster ang ride nila dito
Yeah.
sa start ng torneo. A win, come back from behind victory over the AICC Manila, and then a loss na sila naman ang hinabol ng
Yeah.
Nueva best friend, and then another win against Medical Depot, which was, well, fairly convincing.
And of course, that win against itong FSD Makati Army, which is also convincing. Samantala, ito si Justin Arana now has 6 points in the game. It is now 14-3. The lead is now 11, the largest in the game now for the Realtors. Another takeaway. Bautista now leading the fast break. Bautista almost lost possession, and he is going to be pushed by Eman Calo.
Eman Calo, too close for comfort there. Pati sa atin, napakalapit nila.
So free throws now coming up at itong koponan ng Davao Oriental Tigers have already gone into the penalty situation. So Japs Bautista coming off that 11-point performance in the win against 7A Primus. He's getting a lot of burn here so far as Jeric Teng, the captain, is going to see his first action of the game. Robbie Celis pinasok na rin. Cedric Ablaza also in.
Ablazo, one of the steady performers din dito para sa Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Meanwhile, yun nga, yung mga weapons ng Davao Occidental Tigers na kala mo natutulog, bigla na lang gagamitin ni Coach Mike.
Sabay-sabay yan. 3 ex-pros in the game. We're talking about Bonbon Custodio has the ball right now. Robbie Celis as well. And of course, si John Wilson, one of their leading scorers. Under 4 minutes to play dito sa ating first quarter. Only 3 points so far scored by the Davao Occidental Tigers. They move it around to Wilson. Hindi pa rin makashoot. Battle for the rebound. Picked up again by the green shirts. Teng, outlet pass to Bautista. Tries to get it inside to Ablaza pero wala si Ablaza ron. Bonbon, natapikan. Linganay diving for it. Wilson is there.
Great disruption there by Justin Arana.
And John Wilson.
Meanwhile, Justin Arana, 6'7" center, natapikan yung gwardiya in Bonbon Custodio.
Custodio matatawagan ng offensive foul dito, and the more shuffling, Jexter Pinan is seeing his first action of the game. Pati na rin ito si John Ray Villanueva.
Right, Jexter Pinan, vital in their first win.
Here's Jeric Teng, missing on the 3. So again, 3 points pa lamang ang Davao dito. Iniisip ko kung sino yung nakascore. Hindi ko na maalala kung sino nakashoot sa Davao eh. It's been that long. It's like a 6-minute drought now for the Tigers. Santos momentarily losing possession. Robbie Celis. Wala pa rin. And they're still underneath, and now finally free throws coming up for Davao.
Wow, with all these weapons for Davao Occidental Tigers, Noel, 3 points pa lang sila, and that means talagang gumagana yung pinlano na depensa ng Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors dito sa first quarter. I remember Calo making a fast break play kanina.
Yon, si Calo yung nakashoot.
Yes,
My
Eman Calo.
goodness. That's it. And he's not even on the floor.
Right, tapos naka-isang free throw. If I'm not mistaken, si Alan Santos.
Yeah, I think you're right. Alan Santos ngayon. He missed this one. And finally, Alan Santos makes it. And now, with Alan Santos checking out, from no pros to 4 ex-pros ngayon para sa Davao with the entry of Jerwin Gacko.
Jerwin Gacko, vital doon naman sa huling pagkapanalo ng Davao Occidental Tigers. He battled it out with the bigs of FSD Makati. And of course, they won that game with a big margin.
Under 3 minutes to play dito sa ating first quarter. 14-4 for the green shirts of Pasig Sta Lucia. Jeric Teng missed the 3 earlier. Jexter Pinan, they move it around. Linganay beat the buzzer but could not get the shot to drop. Robbie Celis comes away with it. Celis into the front court now. Billy Ray Robles airborne. Finally a field goal after almost 7 minutes of silence.
Billy Ray Robles that time cannot be stopped.
So here is Linganay.
Isa sa mga focus ng depensa rin yun ng Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors, si Billy Ray Robles.
A leisurely three there coming from Jexter Apinan. Not the shot you want if you're Bong de la Cruz. Robles sees an opening. Left-handed layup is good. Suddenly, 5 unanswered points. And that was our TikTok move of the game. Kanina 14-3 and now
Yes.
14-8.
Pasig Sta Lucia now.
Yeah, they're searching for answers at this
Right.
point. That ball is tapped out. Celis touched it last. 7 to shoot now for the Realtors. A minute and 43 remaining dito sa ating first quarter. Nagkakaroon ng palitan dito para sa kupunan ng Davao as Alwin Alday is gonna see his first action of the game. Billy Ray Robles will take a seat.
Firecracker off the bench. Alwin all day, Alday. Always bringing good things para sa Davao Occidental Tigers pag pumapasok.
Villanueva missed it, tracks down his own miss. Gets it out to Teng. Cross court ngayon to Rudy Linganay. Open from the corner. Rudy Linganay in and out. Another offensive rebound for Pasig. They go to Teng for 3. That one rolls out again. A lot of near misses here for the Realtors.
Jerwin Gaco finally pulls down that defensive rebound. By the way, he is 10th in offensive
Yeah.
rebounds dito sa ating liga.
Cedric Ablaza with a steal, and he is going to take it all the way himself against John Wilson. So finally, nakasagot na rin ang Pasig Sta Lucia, 16-8. As we thank our friends from the Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority and the Central Luzon Regional Task Force. Gaco. And here comes Rudy Linganay now. Getting it to Jexter Apinan. In rhythm, that's going to be a blocking foul called, and Matt Macalintal did not like that. Neither did Jerwin Gaco.
Right. Davao Occidental Tigers bench asking for a travel there on the move by Linganay.
They could have a point, pero mukhang nauna yung foul. And Jerwin Gaco now talking to the officials. So ito ngayon, si Jexter Apinan.
Yes, last game he had 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal and 1 block.
Yeah, the most important part there was the 4 out of 5 from the
Yes.
field. Very efficient.
Yes, very efficient play in their last game by Jexter Apinan.
So Apinan able to get both free throws to drop. The former Letran Knight, or make that the former JRU Heavy Bomber. Custodio, nahanap si Gaco. Gaco drives. And he will have to earn it from the free throw line. Foul will be called here against Jexter Apinan.
Tito move there by Jerwin Gaco.
Remember this guy, pagdating sa PBL, he's sort of a legend din sa PBL.
Yes.
Being part of all 7 championships of Harbor Center when he was playing there.
Alamat talaga.
Oo.
Tito move kasi chinek niya muna kung kaya ba ni Apinan yung weight niya. At nung nakita niya na tumupi na konti, he drove for the basket.
Legend is since its days as at De La Salle University.
Oh yeah.
Moving to the PBA, of course, at part of that Pure Foods, Star Hot Shots, Magnolia lineup where he got legions of fans called the Gaconatics.
Gaco Natix, hello po sa inyo. In their last game, yun. Salamat daw sa suporta from Jerwin Gaco.
Well, now a difference of about 4 seconds between the clocks. Linganay working against Custodio. Pick provided by Apinan. Cedric Ablaza from the elbow. Can't get it to go. Ablaza tries to sky high. Bonbon Custodio takes it away. 2 seconds remaining. They gotta put this up. Alday. Almost. At the end of the first 10 minutes of action, the good start has paid off for the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors as they have built an 8-point lead heading into the second over the Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Live. It is 18-10 heading into the second. Back with us here at the Subic Bay Gymnasium. As malapit na po magsimula itong ating second quarter, itong kupunan ng Pasig Sta Lucia has built an 8-point lead. 18-10 against the Davao Occidental Tigers. Coco Life na Malzarate pa rin po kasama. Etong si Eman Cabiles. Nahanap ko yung message ni Coach Kaloy Garcia as we are welcome our second quarter brought to us by Grab Food. Pinapaalala ni Coach Kaloy Garcia, ex-pro na rin pala si Billy Ray Robles.
Alright, first quarter field goals, 3 out of 12 para sa Davao, 6 out of 18 naman para sa Santa Lucia.
So not good shooting para sa magkabilang kupunan. But again, Santa Lucia is able to jumpstart the offense.
Right. Early on in the first quarter, Noel, ang umarangkada para sa Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors was Justin Arana.
Right.
Arana, pero wala siya ngayon.
Let's see if Jeric Teng can pick up the slack. Pero wala ang kanyang tira. Follow up, still a miss. The rim has not been friendly to Cedric Ablasa today.
That is right, a couple of point-blank misses for Cedric Ablasa.
So almost a minute gone by dito sa ating second quarter. Bonbon Custodio can't get it to go. Here's Jeric Teng wanting the baseline. Nakiraan. Gets it out now to Apinan. Drop pass inside. A good defense played there by Aldwin Alday. Custodio, one-hand pass to John Wilson.
Unti-unti nang nakakahabol dito ang Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Life, Noel. And sa scoring lang, maganda yung spread ng kanila score. Not really one guy na nagsa-stand out, no?
Of course, I'd like to say my personal hello to Coach Kaloy Garcia who's watching this game sa atin ngayon. Consultant ng Rain or Shine Elasto Painters sa PBA. 18-12. 6-point lead for the Realtors. Custodio pahigang tira. Bonbon Custodio turning back the hands of time as the 39-year-old cuts the lead down to just 4, 18-14. Timeout called by Bong de la Cruz, and this timeout is brought to us by Astig Roasters.
Yeah. KTC blank 6. Yeah. Summer or the winter, yeah, we got it. Hooping on the block as we about fam. From gossip to the Queen City Island. Or wherever in the world we rock.
Hindi ko maalala to, Coach Kaloy. Naglaro pa lang sa Rain or Shine si Billy Ray Robles. I don't remember that. Kasi sinasabi nga ni Coach Kaloy Garcia that he did play for him at Rain or Shine as we thank our friends from Coco Life, the official partner here in the Filbasket Subic Championship. Yan ang tinatawag na edad.
I can relate.
So can Bonbon Custodio after he hit that leaner earlier to cut the lead down to 4. Ablasa on the drop-off. No foul called that time. Here comes John Wilson breaking out of the pack. John Wilson keeps it himself. Masyado malakas. Follow-up is good. Paano dito kay Alwin Alday? And a steal by Wilson. Custodio. Alday getting the first step. Yes! We have a tied game.
That is what Alvin All-Day Alday does for the Davao Occidental Tigers. Coco Life, pag pinapasok yan, bumibilis ang laro and he will get buckets.
8-0 run to begin the second. For the Tigers, Teng forces his way in. Still can't score. And Ablay given up. The foul is given up on Ablay by Jeric Teng.
Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors still trying to figure out where their offense will come from.
And Arana's going to check back in. I think this is the answer to your question, Eman.
Right.
The guy who scored 6 points in the first quarter and the tallest guy on the floor, or at least among both teams, 6'7". So here is Celis getting it out to Wilson. Nakapiglas and John Wilson. That's a near miss once again. You cannot leave Wilson that wide open. And that would have been for the lead as well.
That's right.
Teng getting it to the side. Jumper, Ablaza. He has finally made friends with the rim.
Ayaw ng malapit na tira, Noel, gusto sa malayo.
Well, Cedric Ablas has given the lead back to the Realtors. 21 to 18. Gako, labas muna kay Custodio. Jerwin against Jeric Teng. I'll make that bonbon against Jeric Teng. They get it out. Alday, long two. Robbie Celis tracking it down. Wilson, lalapit. John Wilson struggling so far today. He's 0 for 4.
Yes, that is right. John Wilson, isa sa mga leaders sa 3-point percentages dito sa tourney natin. Pero wala pa ngayong gabi.
First look there para sa Santa Lucia. At pumasok na ang bench nila rito sa Custodio misses from the outside.
Yeah, by the way, si John Wilson is third in 3-point shooting dito sa Filbasket.
Well, their bench players now, Ivan Ludovice with the basketball out of San Beda University. Teng out of UST, fouled by Custodio out of UE.
Foul at number 13, going on Custodio, his second. First team foul.
Kakaroon na naman tayo ng palitan dito. So Gab Dagangon, after scoring 10 points in the win against FSD Makati Army, seeing his first action of the game almost midway through the second quarter. And same thing now with Paulo Hubalde.
Gab Dangagon in their last win, 10 points, 2 of 6 shooting from the 3-point area.
So eto ngayon si Ludovice. Can't score over Gako, and there's going to be a push called against the White Shirts. And that is an announcement of my presence is here. I am present. Gab Dagangon. Matatawagan na foul.
Warning on the team of Davao Occidental Tigers live for improper bench decorum.
Yan. When more than one player stands, more than one person stands up from the side, matatawagan ka na yung proper bench decorum. And I think that was targeted on Bonbon Custodio. So maupo ulit si Teng, babalik ulit si Japs Bautista. Ludovice. Then on the shot clock ngayon. Arana providing the pick. Lalabas naman si Alan Santos. Ludovice loses Santos. And offline on his 3. It will stay with the green shirts. With 1 second on the shot clock. And that 1 second could mean anything. It could be 0.9, 0.5, 0.2. Bautista cannot beat it.
Yung interior defense na sinasabi ni Alan Santos na hihigpitan nila, working that time for the Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Life.
Yeah, they could not get the ball inside to Justin Arana. Salamat sa mga kasama natin dito sa Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority and the Central Luzon Regional Task Force. Dagangon on the miss. Bautista for the rebound. Halfway mark na tayo nitong ating second quarter, and it is still a 3-point lead for Pasig Sta Lucia, 21 to 18. Hindi madagdagan ni Ludovice. Arana for the rebound. Arana tries to go cross court. Ambush, double ambush ang nangyari doon, and it will still stay with Pasig Sta Lucia.
Call is still not going for Gab Dagangon's way.
Kapapasok na ni Gab Dagangon, mainit na ulo. Natawagan ng foul, nasundutan ng bola, nasa daw ang last touch. Now 6 seconds, another shot clock challenge here. Well, it won't happen because Ryan Costello, who just checked in, pushes off against Alvin Alday.
Alvin Alday that time made sure the refs see that.
So pangalawa yan para dito kay Costello. We got 4:46 remaining dito sa ating second quarter. Santa Lucia 21, Tigers 18. Paulo Hubalde, another ex-pro. And the journeyman as well, yung mga nakakasama natin sa ASEAN Basketball League playing for San Miguel Ala, Pilipinas. Keith Agovida, another former San Miguel player. Hang time move for Keith Agovida. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, Agovida did the intangibles in their last game against FSD Makati Army. Hindi mo makikita masyado sa stat sheet, pero he was right in there.
Arana And that will be a blocking foul. Matt Macalintal now having words with our officials. So Japs Bautista going to the free throw line. And our first look now at Irvin Palencia, who's only seeing his action for the first time. Stay cool daw, sabi ni Irvin Palencia to everybody. He's getting everyone together. He's probably the youngest guy on the floor right now. Ito si Irvin Palencia.
Yes, in one of those past 4 games ng Davao Occidental Tigers, ilang beses din nag-start to si Irvin Palencia.
It looks like a technical foul will be called on the bench of Davao.
Technical foul on the bench of Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life.
So they're not saying what it's for, but I think by the signal of referee Bermeo, it's a second infraction. That's a third technical or another technical foul called now on the bench of Davao. That was the second improper bench decorum. Now the team manager gets slapped with a T. So this is 2 technical free throws now for Santa Lucia.
And this might break the offensive slump ng Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors, lalo na magkakaroon ng chance na mapulsuhan ni Japs Bautista ang kanyang shooting hand.
It can work both ways para dito sa Davao. It's either they get affected by this or they draw inspiration from it. And Japs is recalibrating that gun by shooting those 2 technical free throws.
Yes, correct.
Now the thing is, Santa Lucia is still gonna keep the ball with 2 free throws by guess who? Japs Bautista again. So nagkaroon na siya ng dress rehearsal dun sa 2 free throws.
Right.
You can see here, etong kuponan ng Davao Tigers, smarting from 2 technical fouls called against them. So Bautista can get 4 points out of 1 possession without even shooting a 3.
Hindi pa gumagalaw yung clock.
Yeah.
There you go.
So Bautista cutting or making it a 5-point lead for the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Coming up on 4 minutes to play in the second. Dagangon moves in closer and a foul called.
Oh no. Was he on the 3?
Yeah,
Yes.
lumapit. That's
Okay.
yun. The problem is that was Arana called for his second. So he'd better watch it. Sa mga inaasahan yan, sa gitna nitong Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. This free throw brought to us by Wilson, the official basketball of the Filbasket Subic Championship. And Gap Dagangon, hindi maganda ang gising ngayon.
Gap Dagangon, after being instrumental in their win against FSD Makati Army, yun nga, sabi mo, hindi maganda ang gising ngayon.
Is able to split the free throws. Ablaza will sit down. Papasok ngayon si Tyrone Chan for the first time. Player out of Centro Escolar University. So 25-21 ang ating score. Pasig Sta Lucia up by 4 in what has been an emotional game so far. Ryan Costello, naitawid against the bigger Gap Dagangon. The pass to Arana, too wide, and it's taken away by Keith Agovida. Here's the drop-off. Hubalde inside. Gap Dagangon. Masama pa rin ang gising.
Sorry miss there by Gap Dagangon. Meanwhile,
nice read by Irvin Palencia. Almost took it away.
19 seconds on the shot clock.
So ito na naman yung full court press para dito sa koponan ng Davao Occidental Tigers. Not quite sure. Medyo mixed results yung full court press na yan.
Right.
And it's an 8-second violation. They got a good result this time.
at least tatlong teams na ang napadapa nitong full court press ng Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life.
Well, let's see if Santa Lucia can figure it out, because that 8-second violation is going to cost them possession. Eto ngayon, 6 to shoot for Paulo Hubalde. Looks up at the clock, fires it. Yes! It's a long two para dito kay Paulo Hubalde, the former UE Red Warrior. It is down to 2 ang abante rito ng Pasig Sta Lucia, 25-23. And a chance to tie or take the lead. Bibigay muna rito kay Agovida, can't finish. Dagangon, yes! His first field goal of the game has tied the score at 25. 2 minutes and 56 remaining in the second. Timeout called by Bong de la Cruz. And this timeout brought to us by Astig Roasters.
Yeah. KTC blank 6. Yeah. Summer or the winter, yeah, we got it. Hooping on the block, cause we a belt fam. From gossip to the Queen City Island.
Balikan po natin ang aksyon dito po sa Subic Bay Gymnasium as we take a look at that last play. It looks like Keith Agovida might have botched that layup, but Dagangon at the right place at the right time with his first field goal. Tabla po tayo, 25 all. At nais lang natin batiin si Governor Claude Bautista, Congresswoman Claudine Bautista Lim, at Boss Trucker Lim. Pati na rin si Boss Dinko Bautista and Ma'am Davy Bautista. Everybody is watching us here at the Filbasket Subic Championship presented by Coco Life.
Maayong gabi po sa inyong tanan, mga bosses ng Coco Life.
They're all watching. Right now, the Tigers have tied it up. Linganay back in the game, and that's going to be a foul on Paulo Ubalde.
Paulo Ubalde fired up after that three of his and yung succeeding play before the timeout. He was screaming, "Let's go!" to his teammates.
So here is Costello ngayon. See if the teammates respond, of course. They're on defense. Bautista trying to get it to Arana. 8 on the shot clock. Arana spins, lost his balance, lost possession, and the ball goes back to the Tigers.
And that is how hard it is to get around Alan Santos.
Pero tama rin sinasabi ni Coach Norman Black. If you're 6'7", when you dribble, why you turn yourself into 5'7"?
Exactly.
I mean, you could have just passed it out and reposted. That's something that he's going to have to learn as he grows even taller and goes along dito sa ating field basket. Nice pass inside. Agovida from Palencia.
That time, yung patented defense of Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors, not evident.
And this is not a unit I've seen play together here for the Realtors. Linganay getting it now to Costello. You got 2 point guards playing together. Arana, they sag off on him. And Bautista airballs the 3. Chan could not keep it. At pagkakataon na naman ng Davao na madagdagan ng kanilang abante rito. So we have 1 minute and 45 remaining in the second.
Tyrone Pierce-Chan, nakuha na sana yung rebound, no? Butterfingers lang.
Good pick provided there by Santos. Pick and roll action. Santos still too far away. Irvin Palencia, Mr. Ankle Breaker on the turnaround. That one is short. Could not get it to go as he beat the shot clock. They need a lot more, Eman, from Rudy Linganay actually at this point.
That is right. And yun nga, katulad ng sinabi mo, minsan lang pinagsasabay si Rudy Linganay and Ryan Costello.
And Rudy Linganay turns it over. 3 on 2 going the other way. Agovida on the late drop to Gabdagangon. 4-point lead now for the Tigers. 1 minute to go in the second. Suddenly, it is a 9-0 run para dito sa koponan ng Davao Occidental Tigers. Coco Life, a miss again from the outside for Bautista. And they're starting to shoot blanks, Eman.
Yes, they are. Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors, well, they aimed to do better in their outside shooting in this game. Pero so far, the defense of Davao Occidental Tigers covering the shooters of Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors.
And this could be a momentum shifter here with the offensive foul called on Keith Agovida. Arana, mauupo. Apinan comes back in.
Ryan Costello and Linganay magkasabay dito para sa Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. They are moving, they are aiming to move the ball better.
You don't see that every day when you
Yes.
have your two main point guards on the floor at the same time. Here's Chan left open for three. Airballs it, and Bautista could not save it.
So the Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life have figured out that Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors' strength is inside.
A timeout called by Matt Macalintal. 9-0 run ongoing for the Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life, and this timeout is brought to us by Astig Roasters.
Yeah. KTC blank 6. Yeah. Summer or the winter, yeah, we got it. Hooping on the block, cause we about fam. From gossip to the Queen City Island. Or wherever in the
Only 22.9 seconds remaining here in the second. This is a stark contrast to our first game. Na at the half, it was 66-61.
Oh, yeah.
Ang score. Or our second game, rather. That game between AICC Manila and 7A Primus.
That was a shootout.
Yeah, it ended 117-108. Highest score we've had so far and highest combined score as well. 8 seconds to go. Nagangon. A chance here for Pasig Sta Lucia to get the last say. Costello puts it up. And that will end the first 20 minutes of action as the Davao Oriental or Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life lean on a 9-0 run to take a 4-point lead into the halftime break, 29-25. So we will continue with our action in just a few moments here at the Filbasket Subic Championship presented by Coco Life. Sa ilang sandali, magsisimula na itong ating third quarter. Low-scoring affair here with a 29-25 scoreline. Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life leading by 4 against the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors, and our halftime stats brought to us by TM Easy Surf 99.
Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life shooting 12 out of 33 for 36%. Sa Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors naman, 7 out of 35 for only 20%. Meanwhile, sa assist department, 9 ang sa Davao, 6 lang ang sa Pasig. Points of turnovers, 14 over 7 ang Davao, while sa Pasig is 6 over 10. Bench points, 21 from the Davao bench at 7 lang ang Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors.
And itong kupunan ng Davao is using their bench to keep in step here in this game. Leading scorers brought to us by Grab Food.
Leading scorers for Davao, we have Gab Dagangon with 5, Kita Covida 4, Alwin Alday 4, Billy Ray Robles with 4, Japs Bautista 7, leading the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Kasunod ni Justin Naranya 6, Cedric Ablasa with 5, and Jex Rapidan with 2.
And we are about to get this third quarter on the road. Again, a close one between two teams that want to keep winning here. Tanda natin, Pasig just came off a victory in their last outing. This third quarter brought to us by Wilson, the official basketball of the Filbasket Subic Championship. Pasig coming off a victory against 7A Primus 80-53, and they want to take that into this one against the highly touted Davao Tigers. 5 on the shot clock. Great defense by Robbie Celis, who's usually relied upon for his offense. So 4 seconds on the shot clock ngayon para dito sa kupunan ng Pasig Sta Lucia. Bautista will throw it in. Papunta kay Cedric Ablasa. He knows how much time is remaining, but he missed everything. Save here. Joseph Terzo, nahirapan. Natawa si John Wilson kay Joseph Terzo.
Both players laughing about that. Parang nawala ng poise na.
Malalagay sa highlight reel yan ni Joseph Terzo.
Right.
Robbie Celis, who had back spasms a couple of games ago, did not play and makes his mark now on offense. So dating back to the second quarter, this is an 11-0 run na ginagawa rito ng Davao.
It is actually a 12-0 run.
Oh, wow. Stretch. And a foul called. Kasi naalala ko yung score at the time was 25-20 nung puro free throws ang ginawa doon. But you're right, no?
Anyway, Yeah, hindi pa nila alam ng Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors kung saan magagaling kanilang opensa. Ang malaking stat dito, yung 21 points of the Davao Occidental Tigers coming from the bench.
And you were showing me a stat kanina about the
Right.
three-point shooting na Santa Lucia. They've only made 2 attempts so far in this
Out
game.
of 17, Noel.
Grabe, 17 missed or 15 missed three-pointers for the Realtors, but at least their free throws are cooperating with them.
Right.
Cedric Ablasa has been suki-suki ito sa free throw line. Splits the free throws, however, this time. So finally, a little bit of noise now para dito sa kupunan ng Santa Lucia, getting their first point since about the 3-minute mark of that second quarter. Here's Terzo going to Santos. Yeah, go ahead.
Cedric Ablasa, pangatlo sa scoring dito para sa Santa Lucia. Yung last free throw na yun was a 6-point. So tight sila ni Justin Arana.
Still early. Ablasa wants to add to that, and he does.
And
second three-pointer of the game for Cedric Ablasa.
At yun, siya na ngayon ang top scorer para sa Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors, passing Japs Bautista.
Now 4 unanswered points for the Realtors. Santos. Robles getting the pick from Celis, does not use it. Picked up now by Ablasa on the switch. Billy Ray. And he is looking for a foul, none was called. Jeric Teng getting the start here in the third. Transition 3, Ryan Costello. 7 straight points now for the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. And a quick timeout as we have a tied game. 31 all. And this timeout is brought to us by Stig Roasters. So with still 8 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the third quarter, bigla na lang nagising ang outside shooting. We were making a point about this, Emma, that they were only
Right.
2 of 17 in the first half, but now 2 of 2 from beyond the arc to begin the third quarter.
Ryan Costello, 7th in field goal percentage para sa Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. Well, check that, para sa buong liga.
Right.
57.1% siya sa field goal.
It's a 3-point field goal, you mean, because the field goal leader is actually still etong si Jason Grimaldo is
All right.
shooting a staggering 81% from the field. Robbie Celis hang time. And it's picked up by Teng. A chance to reclaim the lead now for the Realtors. And a steal para kay Terzo. Ahead to Robles. And Robles, quick release. He knew he was going to get hit. And they will review this foul on the request of Billy Ray Robles.
Jeric Teng, slight push, pero sa ganong speed, yes, that could be dangerous.
Well, again, they will review the play. And he knew he was going to get hit. Ito si Billy Ray
Right.
Robles. I'm not quite sure kung excessive yan. This is the correct call. It's just a regular foul on Jeric Teng because yun nga, parang it was not a play to harm,
Yes.
and it was also an attempt to stop the layup. So nothing really malicious about the foul by Jeric Teng. And if you know Jeric Teng by reputation, he's not the type.
Mabait na bata tong si
Ah.
Jeric Teng.
He's not the type to even his dad is not the type, although medyo rugged yung RoboCop. Let's see it again.
The
Ayan.
RoboCop.
There was a push. You could make that a borderline call, pero at the same time, it was just an attempt to stop the play.
Right.
So Robles makes good on 2 free throws. Finally, may sagot na ang Davao as they reclaim the lead, 33-31. Apinan, the center, bringing down the ball. Getting it to Teng. Ablasa hit a 3 earlier. And this one is a 3 that rolls in for Cedric Ablasa, his 3rd in the game.
Outside shooting ng Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors working this time.
And another turnover. Teng in transition. Gets it over now to Costello. Can't fire. Ablasa. He is not going to be given continuation, it appears. Let's see if it's going to be a continuation. He was given continuation. Santos is called for his third foul.
Right, Alan Santos. Primary assignment niya si Justin Arana and Apinan.
But he had to help out against Cedric
Right.
Ablaza. Now our first look at Chris Lalata,
Oo nga.
who's only seeing his first action
nga.
as we have this free throw brought to us by Wilson, the official basketball of the Filbasket Subic Championship. Ablaza is having a love-hate relationship at the free throw line.
Oh, yes. Like you said, first look at Chris Lalata, the best player of the game in Davao Occidental Tigers' his last outing. Parang sobrang daming weapons. May
Right.
naiiwan no?
Cedric Ablaza, produkto ng STI College, splitting the free throws. Santa Lucia up by 2, 35-33. Lots of drama in this game between two teams that are touted to be playoff contenders. Wilson, Robles, naagawan na naman. Jeric Teng has forced 2 consecutive turnovers.
Right.
So if Jeric Teng's not getting it done on offense, tandaan natin, Teng is only averaging 7 points a game. Heading into this one, and a bad pass by Costello. Robles, goodbye.
Kitang-kita ni Robles yung cross-court pass na yun.
35 all.
With the speed of the Ilonggo Superman, hindi pwede yung ganun pasa na lazy.
May x-ray vision pa siya, nakita niya kaagad yun. Costello for his second three-pointer of the game.
Ayan na si Ryan Costello.
And then you pointed it out, 2 of 17 in the first half. Now they're what, 4 of, I believe, 5 here
Yes.
in the third. Just like that, the power of the three-point shot for Santa Lucia. Celis gets it out to Wilson, 8 on the shot clock. Not a pick out, and Wilson lost possession. Wilson lost the Wilson. Robles checks out, Calo returns. 38-35, Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors looking for win number 2 after losing their first 2. Ablaza puts it on the floor. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Makukuha dito ng Tigers. Dangerous pass, and Wilson touched it last again.
Of course, he will deny it.
De yun, kitang-kita na yun. And referee Arnel Bermeo was right in front of that.
And we are right in front of that also.
So Japs Bautista now coming in to replace Jeric Teng, who's done a great defensive job.
Before the half, Noel, yung stats ng Davao Occidental Tigers talagang iniwan tong Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors.
Yeah.
Pero nabaliktad na kaagad. Even before the half of the third quarter.
Again, basketball is a game of swings.
And runs.
And yeah, you're absolutely right. So this is a testament to that right now. Santa Lucia is still up by 3. And they are using a very, very strange combination on the floor with 1 point guard and 4 bigs. Well, that's not one of the bigs. That's Japs Bautista hitting the 5th three-pointer for Santa Lucia here in the third. And another timeout burned by Davao. They are down to 1 timeout for the remainder of the game, and we still have 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the third. This timeout brought to us by Astig Roasters. Yan. Yeah, 2 and a layup. Siya una nakascore sa game.
Yeah, right.
Tapos yun ay 2 threes.
Third.
Time down to 5 minutes and 15 seconds remaining dito sa ating third quarter. Davao is down to 1 timeout remaining. They had to burn 2 timeouts here in the third dahil sa hot shooting nitong Santa Lucia. Pass by Wilson, nabasa, inside they go to Lalata. So Lalata, who went 5 out of 5 in their previous game, gets his first field goal to drop dito.
Talk about efficiency. Chris Lalata in their last game. Sabi mo nga, 5 out of 5. Tapos ngayon yung unang shot niya, pasok agad.
And now 12 seconds to shoot para dito sa kupunan ng Santa Lucia Realtors. And Joseph Terzo is gonna take a seat. Bonbon Custodio returns. At para naman sa Pasig Santa Lucia, our first look now at Gio Ambohot, who's also seeing his first action of the game.
Another 6'6", 6'7" center ng Pasig Santa Lucia. He first saw action nung last game lang nila, no?
Right. Turn around. Bautista, no. Rebound picked up by Wilson, who's doing a little bit of everything here. There's another flopping call there, called by the officials for a warning. Lalata tries to get it out. Not up again, Bautista, and they're off and running. Bautista secures. Bautista can't finish. Recovery made here para kay John Ray Villanueva. And the inside incursion will not work para kay Ambohot. Lots of action for Santa Lucia, but they just can't buy a basket up close.
Gio Ambohot, medyo malamig pa doon. Bitin yung buwelo. Going for that shot.
Salamat sa mga kasama natin sa Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority and the Central Luzon Regional Task Force. For all your assistance dito sa ating Filbasket bubble. Lalata, that's a miss. Picked up here by Celis. They move it around now to Bonbon Custodio. Dropping it inside, Robbie Celis.
And that is what Bonbon Custodio can do for you.
That, of course, is our grab food delivery of the game. Two veterans, two ex-pros connecting that time. Ablaza with a hang time move.
Cedric Ablaza now leading all scorers with 14 after that runner.
Santa Lucia up by 4. Here's Celis on the spin. Robbie Celis can't get it to go. Tip in by Lalata, still not there. Ryan Costello has been the steadying force so far dito. He has kept Rudy Linganay on the bench. Humingi ng horns play itong si Costello. Gets it out now to Japs Bautista. 9 on the shot clock. 3 minutes remaining here in the third. Bautista for 3! Where is all of this coming from after the 2 of 17 in the first half?
Japs Bautista now with 13. Along pace with Cedric Ablaza.
Offensive foul called on Bonbon Custodio.
And Pasig Santa Lucia all fired up now. In that last 3 by Japs Bautista, dalawa yung pumunta sa kanya.
Right.
Biglang bumuka.
And now Cedric Ablaza, he requested to be replaced. Nagtatanga siguro kung init-init ni Ablaza, ba't pinalitan ni Coach Bong? Hindi, siya nagpasab.
Yes.
He wants to take a breather right now, so we are gonna have Tyrone Chan back in.
So Pasig fans, chill lang kayo. Babalik pa yan si Cedric.
Pati na rin si Ryan Costello pinalitan. Rudy Linganay back in, the veteran. 7-point lead now for the Realtors. 46-39. Backdoor play. Bautista gets it to go, plus the foul. It's a three-pointer for Japs Bautista. I have lost count of how many three-pointers Santa Lucia has made here in the third. This is a ridiculous clip now for the Realtors. And they are using fire against Davao's fire. Let's see that last play once again off the back door. And that will be three-pointer. I believe it's more than 5.
That's the 5th three-pointer of the quarter. 7 all in all.
A 4-point play completed by Japs Bautista. The lead suddenly balloons to 11. Lalata has it ngayon. Coming up on 2 minutes to go. Dito sa ating third quarter, Custodio tries to stay in bounds and throws it to the backcourt. And it's a backing violation against the Tigers.
With all the weapons that Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life has, parang wala silang mahanap sa offense nila ngayon.
You're right. Walang chemistry ang nakikita rito. They had a bit of that towards the end of the second quarter when they went on that 9-0 run. Pero ngayon, medyo discombobulated, if you want to use the word.
Right.
A little disjointed. Itong Tigers, down 11. Linganay gets it out to Chan for 3.
Pag yung pumasok, uwi na tayo.
No, but that's in his range, actually.
Yes. Tyrone Pierce Chan.
Less than 2 minutes to go here in the third. Custodio will find a way to get to the free throw line.
Yes. And that's what veterans do. Pag sabi mo nga discombobulated ang opensa nila, the vets will make it to the free throw line. Will find a way.
Bonbon, usually reliable from the stripe. Makes good on his first. Hard to believe that he's actually 39 years old. Parang kailan lang. He just came out of the University of the East, went to the PBA.
Lalo na pagkausap mo.
Well, no. Pagkausap mo, that's a completely different story. When you have a conversation with Bonbon Custodio, you better get ready to have your brain scrambled a bit. Because he's a really funny guy.
Yes, he is.
Bautista feeling it. Short on that attempt. Bautista goes down. Gab Dagangon picks it up. Custodio attacks the defense. Bibigay dapat dito kay
Solid
Balagtas.
D. Solid D there by Tyrone Chan. Eclipsing Bonbon Custodio sa drive.
And you want one of those wing players, ang mala Brian Hilario,
Oh, yeah.
Tyrone Chan on your bench. Linganay gets it out. Straight away three. Almost. Para kay Gio Ambohot. A minute and 15 to go here in the third. 9-point lead for the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Balagtas looking for a friend. Working against Chan. Inside play ngayon. Passing it to whom it may concern. The disjointed nature of Davao continues. Carlo, who's supposed to be the glue guy, is
Right.
replaced now by Alwin Alday.
So let's see kung gagana ba dito yung fire ni Alvin Alday.
Less than a minute to go here in the third. Nice seal by Tyrone Chan. Hook shot is good.
Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors humming on all cylinders, Noel.
This was, of course, what they wanted to do in the first half. Kaya lang, naunahan na sila ng Davao towards the end of the second. But now they have picked it up. Their outside shooting has been working. Dagangon. And that somehow finds its way in.
Shooters bounce there for Gab Dagangon.
7 in the game. Para dito kay Gab Dagangon, 52-43. Here's Ivan Ludovice. They changed the play. Ludovice in trouble. Chan, extra pass. Another extra pass sa gilid naman. Another three for Japs Bautista. And that will end the third quarter on a high note. A ridiculous shooting clip from beyond the arc for Sta Lucia as they have picked up their largest lead of the game. 12-point lead now, 55-43. And we will have the fourth quarter when we return. Ilan na total mo? We've just been handed the stat sheets. 7 out of 10 from three-point range for Sta Lucia Pasig in that ridiculous third quarter that they have. And they're now up by 12, 55-43. Sa pagsisimula nitong ating fourth quarter. And this fourth quarter is brought to us by Coco Life. Suddenly, after going 2 of 17, look at that, 30 points in the third quarter para sa Pasig Sta Lucia. Custodio on the drive, kicks it out. Three-pointer naman, pambawi para dito kay Gab Dagangon, who's now up to 10 points in this game. And we are now rejoined by Eman Cabiles, 7 out of 10 from three-point range. Ang Pasig Sta Lucia in that third. Here's Chan. Taken away by Gab Dagangon, who's doing a little bit of everything now. Custodio pushing it up. Jumper sa gilid. That is good for Marco Balagtas.
Hot start here para sa Davao Occidental Tigers.
5 quick points now for the Tigers to cut the lead to 7. 55 to 48. It's the second unit on the floor ngayon para sa Santa Lucia. Ivan Ludovice wants a clear out against Custodio. Gets it out. Tyrone Chan. Offline. Oh, hindi nagkaamuyan ang tatlong Tigre.
Tatlo yun.
And we're gonna have a timeout called by the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. A 5-0 run to open the fourth quarter for Davao. That lead is down to 7. Timeout brought to us by Astig Roasters. Still a long time remaining, 8 minutes and 50 seconds. Pero kung anong ininit na Santa Lucia nung ating third quarter, when they came away with 30 points as a team, Davao coming away with 5 straight points here. Napilitan tuloy tumawag ng timeout. Ito si Coach Bong de la Cruz for the Realtors. Drive, Ludovice, good answer. Oh, and a turnover almost as Rudy Linganay.
The beda ni Van Ludovice. Making things happen here for Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors.
And he's going to learn a lot trying to guard Bonbon Custodio. Oh, and a steal by Dexter Apinan. And he will go all the way. Bad pass there by Bonbon Custodio. And Marco Balagtas, the power forward, has the ball in the backcourt. They still have to get it across. They do not. Turnover. Apinan gets it now. They get it to Jobs Bautista. Another 3. No. And the ball will stay with the green shirts. Suddenly, coming off the Pasig timeout, Davao going back to being disjointed.
That is right.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
So 59 to 48, 11-point lead for Pasig Sta Lucia. Here's Linganay now. 5 on the shot clock, step back 3. Rudy Linganay cannot join the party. Jerwin Gacko back in.
Good boxing out there by Paulo Hubalde against Jexer Apinan.
Here's Alday on the turnaround. Quick spin, and that one drops in.
Alvin Alday from the Albay Volcanoes.
So 59 to 50.
Laging mainit.
Well, he was able to help stem the tide that time. Apinan lost possession. 2 veterans diving for it. Hubalde gets it over now to Alday. And Alwin Alday will get this to drop. Assistant coach Ogie Gumata is telling his team to settle down as their lead is now down to 7 once again.
Alvin Alday, that was his 8th point, Noel. Always scoring in bunches every time na pinapasok siya.
Well, we approach the 7-minute mark ngayon. Rudy Linganay tries to lob it inside. Another turnover against the Realtors. Alday in the front court. Dagangon tries to drop it over to Hubalde. Balagtas will recycle this. Here's Hubalde. Wide open. Nice fake there coming from Gap Dagangon. He's going to take it in closer. Gets the basket plus the foul.
Leading all scorers para dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers. Coco Life Gap Dagangon now with 12 points.
And Ivan Ludovice, of course, playing against his former team in the MPBL. Ito nga Davao Tigers. Balasa na naman ang tao dito para sa green shirts. Cedric Ablasa has returned along with Jeric Teng, and this was the crew that actually began the demolition in the third quarter.
Right.
Gab Dagangon, after a very slow start, is now in rhythm. And it's starting to hum. And as you say that, sinasabi ko lang kay Javi kanina, I will not talk about guys shooting free throws. Sinasabi ko na nga maganda ang laro eh. Tatawagan pa yata ng foul.
Pero kahit pa paano, meron siya 12 points para sa Davao ngayon. Gap Dagangon.
The lead is down to 5 para sa Pasig Sta Lucia. Again, Jexter Apinan, the center, bringing down the ball, and he's going to draw a foul here against Billy Ray Robles.
Jexter Apinan, the best player of the game in their last outing. Hindi pa masyadong nakakabuelo dito sa laro na to, no?
They find Ablaza in the post, who attacks, and he is going to get blocked, and siya pa yung last touch.
So double block eye there for Cedric Ablaza, holding their ground in the interior.
Tanda natin, Ablaza was ablaze nung ating third quarter when he hit all of those three-pointers along with Japs Bautista.
Right. Ablaza has 14 points now.
At salamat sa mga kaibigan natin sa Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority, pati na rin sa Central Luzon Regional Task Force sa lahat ng tulong nyo dito sa ating Filbasket Bubble. Alday! Santos offensive rebound. Alday on the attack, ilalabas, papunta kay Dagangon. Ubaldi was not in the position. Alday on the floater, gets it to go, plus the foul!
At sabi nga ni Ken Pangilinan, all day para kay Alwin Alday.
And of course, that is our TikTok move of the game. The lead is down to 3.
Alwin now has 10 points to his name. Second leading scorer para dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Life.
Of course, coming off the bench in this one, itong si Alday. It's down to 2. Kanina, that lead was 12 for the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Just like that. And Villanueva able to break free, but throws it away.
Oh, you mentioned the bench, Noel, no? Would you believe that the bench points para dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Life, now stands at 40?
So only 19 from the starters. Well, pag nakita mo naman yung starters la kanina,
Sabagay.
that was a bunch of young kids. At ito, lumabas na yung pangil talaga. This is the meat of the the meat of the order here. Ubalde against Teng. I could remember a time when their dads were going up against each other. Alday for 3. Good challenge. Oh, out of nowhere, Robles. Can't get the follow-up. Robles gets it back. Alday, drop pass to Ubalde. We are tied at 59.
And still, Alwin Alday making things happen for Davao Occidental Tigers. He was actually best player yung second to the last game nila.
Right.
Against Medical Depot.
At the halfway mark of the fourth. Tied game. Ablaza puts it on the floor, gets the first step on Santos. And I believe that will be Alan Santos' third or fourth foul. That's his fourth. So Ludovice is going to check back in. Santos has not really played much today because of foul trouble. Jerwin Gacko will return. Cedric Ablaza with these free throws. Hatid sa atin ng Wilson, the official basketball of the Filbasket Subic Championship. And this is how you settle down as a shooter, as a scorer. Get to the free throw line.
Right. Ablaza now with 15. Make that 16 points for Cedric Ablaza.
61 to 59 ang ating score. The lead is 2 for the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors, trying to get back-to-back wins for the first time in this tournament. Ubalde, ikot ng bola, ang bilis, Alday, 3-pointer sa gilid, pasok! And that gives the lead to Davao. 4:28 remaining. Inside to Ablaza, that's a great way to fish a foul, and he got a big one here with Billy Ray Robles being called for that.
Alwin Alday now with 13 points, leading all scorers for Davao. Nalagpasan nyo na si Gap Dagangon.
Third foul on Billy Ray Robles.
Shot clock 14 seconds.
That will put Davao at the limit. Let's see that last play once again. All day for Alwin Alday. Hitting that set shot 3.
The kid from Tondo, Alwin Alday, mukhang gusto na naman mag-best player of the game dito kung mananalo ang Davao Occidental.
He's on track for that. Let's
Yes.
see if they can finish it though. They are up by 1. 62-61. Ludovice, 4 on the shot clock. Nabitiwan pa. Ablaza underneath the defense. And Jerwin Gacco gets it. Alday nagmamadali na naman para sa Davao. Hubalde will slow it down now. Paulo Hubalde swings it over to Gab Dagangon. Gets the first step on everybody but lost possession. Apinan gets it. Outlet pass almost taken away by Hubalde. And Hubalde hits his shoulder against the wall. Trying to save the ball. And he is still down. And tandaan natin yung pader natin dito, the ones behind us here sa ating broadcast booth is made out of cement.
Yes, walang padding dito.
Oo, yung padding lang yung nasa ilalim ng ring.
Right.
And again, he is a Hubalde. His father was a former PBA MVP.
Freddy Hubalde.
Yep.
That great Freddy Hubalde.
And he looks like he's made of stern stuff. So he's okay. Costello back in the game. Naitawid against Alday. Ablaza still looking for his shot here in the 4th. He hit 2 3-pointers in the 3rd. 2 seconds to shoot. Ludovice. An offensive rebound for Alwin Alday. Make that for Cedric Ablaza.
Cedric Ablaza now with 18 points. Working hard from inside and out.
Cedric Ablaza might have the inside track for player of the game
All
sa
right,
atin.
right.
Hubalde on the drive. Gets it out to Dagangon. Gab gets it out to Alday. 3 on the shot clock. Alwin, runner, no. Hubalde gets the offensive rebound and the putback.
Walang masakit na shoulder para kay Paulo Hubalde that time.
64-63. Balik ang abante dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers. Coco Live timeout called by the Realtors with 3:01 remaining here in the 4th quarter. This timeout brought to us by Stig Roasters. .301 remaining in regulation in this one. It is a 1-point lead for the Davao Occidental Tigers. Coco Live 64-63 against the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Noel Zarate kasama pa rin po si Eman Cabiles. Final game of our triple header for today. Here is Ryan Costello.
Ryan Costello in the 3rd quarter hitting 2 threes. He was vital in that run for Pasig Sta Lucia.
Missing the mid-range jumper this time. And Billy Ray Robles secures with 2:37 to play. Paulo Hubalde getting a lot of burn here, the 40-year-old from the University of the East. Hubalde on the crossover. Gets it out. Alday for 3. In and out. Teng could not secure the rebound. Costello diving for it. And that will stay with the Tigers.
Parang championship game itong pinapanood natin ngayon. Noel.
Both teams want this,
Right.
especially Pasig Sta Lucia, because they want, if they lose this game, they're going to go down to 1-3.
Oh, yes. And that would make them go like next to the bottom of the pack, no?
May hirapan din. I mean, it's a short tournament. You're only playing 10 games, so you get the most of what you can get. Of course, to the Davao, they want to secure that semifinals berth. If they can just continue winning. Hubalde Muntik na mawala sa kanyang bola. And it is taken away by the Realtors. Jexter Pinan gives it up to Jeric Teng.
Heads up play there by Ryan Costello, diving for the ball and finding Jexter Pinan.
Last 2 minutes na po tayo hatid sa atin ng TM Surf 99. The 1-point lead belongs to the Realtors. Robles, hihingi ng buwelo. Robles drives. Robles is blocked. Japs Bautista at the right place at the right time. And the Realtors could not save it. 1 second on the shot clock ngayon para dito sa Davao Tigers.
At ang hiling talaga dumayog nitong si Ryan Costello.
Yeah, but he's been getting it
Yes.
done.
Whatever it takes for Ryan Costello now para sa Pasig Sta Lucia
Yan din na
Realtors.
sinabi ni Captain America bago nila tinalo si Thanos. Whatever it takes. Robles, quick play to Dagangon. And that's going to be a shot clock violation on the Tigers. Good effort though.
That was a good thing na naalanganin yung salo ni Dagangon doon. Dumaan sa likod ng dalawang Sta Lucia Realtors yung bola, hindi nila napansin.
And now they're going to play small ball with Robbie Celis checking in to replace itong si Jerwin Gaco. And again, the center, Cedric Ablaza, continues to bring down the basketball. Here's Teng. Step back, Jeric. Almost. Robles on the ground.
And guess who's on the floor again with Robles?
Yeah, Ryan Costello tried to take it away, but Robles stepped out of bounds. 14 to shoot. So Tyrone Chan is going to check out. Ablaza is in to finish the game with 1 minute and 15 to go. Realtors up by 1, 65 to 64.
Davao Occidental Tigers here with a small lineup trying to match up with the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors' speed.
Costello gets it to Bautista, who came off the pick. 6 on the shot clock. Bautista fouled on the ground, and Davao is in the penalty. So 3 on Dagangon. Joseph Terzo will come in to spell itong si Paulo Ubalde, who has played a great game quarterbacking. But now Japs Bautista has not even had a single attempt here in the fourth quarter after lighting it up for 3 3-pointers in the third.
Right, at sa free throws, 5 out of 7 si Japs Bautista para sa laro na to.
This is what you like about Santa Lucia. They may be, pagdating sa ranking, ang team rankings, not up there in terms of free throws, but they're getting it done here today.
Oh yes.
1:06 to go.
Sa free throws din, nagsimula itong scoring ni Japs Bautista dito sa laro.
Right.
Kaninang first half, no? Yung
But
apat na
Bautista,
sunod-sunod.
yeah, Bautista splits the free throws though. 1 minute to go. Precarious 2-point lead for the Realtors. Dagangon puts it on the floor. Jumper. Can't get it to go. Jeric Teng doing the intangibles, and he is fouled again. And everybody looking for a traveling violation sa Davao.
Well, that time, Alvin Alday didn't give space to land for Jeric Teng's rebound.
So this is the correct call. So Jeric Teng, a former UAAP Rookie of the Year, former PBA player as well, former King Tiger from the University of Santo Tomas.
That's right, King Tiger, he was.
Been to the UAAP Finals twice, however, did not win any of those trips to the UAAP Finals.
One going up against his brother, Jeron.
Was playing for LaSalle, and of course the second one going up against the vaunted Nash Racela FEU squad that had so many national team players on.
Oh, yeah.
Teng missing the front end of 2. Missing both. And it's going to go the way of Davao on a foul by Jexter Pinan.
Wow, pressure getting to Jeric Teng dito sa Filbasket.
64-66 or 66-64 ang ating score. Pasig Santa Lucia still hanging on to a 2-point lead. They are not yet in the penalty. That's just their third. Eto na ang finisher mo. John Wilson comes in for Gab Dagangon, and we all know what John Wilson did against AICC Manila.
John Wilson will definitely stretch the defense implemented by Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors here.
Here is Celis. Lost possession, regains it. Gets it over now to Wilson. And that is good for John Wilson. A long two. We are tied at 66. Just like that, John Wilson delivers again for the Tigers. And a final timeout of the game now called by the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors, Eman, at mananatili tayo sa himpapawid for this one, although this timeout is brought to us by Astig Roasters. So with 37 seconds remaining, etong koponan ng Santa Lucia has just called their last timeout.
Right.
Etong si assistant coach Ogie Gumatay is asking for a replay of a possible dribbling violation, but you cannot ask for a replay on that one. Again, look at John Wilson dito, Eman.
Yes, so that wasn't a three-point shot.
Yeah, it was a long two.
Yes, it was a long two. And some of the people from the bench of Davao Occidental Tigers claiming that it was a three-point shot.
No, but that was obviously a
Yes,
long two. So,
yes.
again, John Wilson, automatic.
Instant offense, John Wilson.
So, the Realtors know that the Tigers are in the penalty. They don't need a three. They need to just get something going towards the ring. 2 fouls to give pa. Itong Pasig Sta Lucia. And Davao has one more timeout to call. And to think that they called 2 timeouts in the third.
Yes.
And they have now the last timeout of the game. Apinan leaving Celis. Tries to get it out. A fake by Bautista, and that is tapped away by John Wilson. 5 seconds to shoot for the Realtors. Bautista will inbound. 27.1 remaining in regulation. Tied game. Okay, they will review the last out-of-bounds play. I'm not quite sure if you can do a huddle during a review of the last out-of-bounds play. And they say, Pasig ball.
Yes. Speaking of huddle, si Terzo sa kabilang huddle pumunta.
Trying to get the lowdown on what's going to go down. They get it to Apinan. 3 on the shot clock. Jexter puts it up. No! Rebound picked up by Robles, and he is pulled by Jexter Apinan. They are not yet in the penalty.
Robles checking his jersey.
And now, no more shot clock.
Right.
22.4 remaining. Davao will not use their timeout now. Ito yung tinatawag lang tabla panalo.
Oh, yes. And let's see if that defense of Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors will hold here with 22 seconds left.
Terzo. All they need to do is play good defense here. Robles. Watch out for Wilson. They're going to time this one for John Wilson. Robles goes the other way, and a foul given up. Why? They're in the penalty.
Yeah.
Wow, mental lapse there. And the thing is, Santa Lucia doesn't have any timeouts. Wow. Jexter Apinan forgot how many team fouls were remaining. They're in the penalty. And Billy Ray Robles, all he needs to do is concentrate here. Everybody thought that they still had a foul to give.
Right.
But we already mentioned it. The last foul by Apinan in the backcourt was their 4th team foul.
Yes.
That's a big why. Nobody knew how many team fouls they had, itong Santa Lucia.
Yes. It was so clear on the board that after that last foul by Apinan.
And it was announced as well by
Yes.
Ken Pangilinan. Billy Ray Robles, 2 free throws to give them the lead. No timeouts remaining for Pasig Sta Lucia. Good on the first. They have to get it 94 feet down the court
With
if
five.
Robles makes the second.
With 5 seconds, no?
Intentionally missing it. Celis with the rebound. And a foul given up with 2.9. Wow.
That last play by Robles could have backfired if Celis didn't get that rebound.
Well, they still needed to run it the length of the floor.
Right.
So now Celis can make this more difficult. It's his first trip to the free throw line. Doesn't matter. Robbie Celis gets the first to drop. Are they saying now miss it? He missed it. Apinan has to put this up. And that's gonna do it. So itong koponan ng Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Life, come from behind to take this one against the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors, 68-66 on a mental blunder of a foul there coming from Jexter Apinan. Everybody knew in the stadium how many fouls they had.
Yes.
But then, that fourth foul of Apinan, or the third foul of Apinan sa backcourt, yun yung fourth team foul. And now they're saying it was very clear. I don't know what
Yes.
Bong de la Cruz and Ogie Kumatay are still complaining about.
Right.
That was very clear.
And they were even playing good defense up until that last foul by Jexter Apinan.
Well, our Coco Life best player of the game has been tracked down now by Javi Palanya again. Davao 68, Pasig 66. And our player of the game interview now with Javi Palanya.
And we are with our Coco Live, best player of the game, Alwin All Day, All Die. Alwin, kamunti ka na naman, close game na naman ang nalaroan nyo today. Anong ginawa nyo, anong sinabi ng coach sa inyo nung medyo down pa kayo during the game?
Unang-una, nagpapasalamat muna ako kay Lord sa binigay niyang big win. Kaya kami nanalo kasi sinabi lang ni coach, hindi kami nag-rattle. Parang 12 points, 10 minutes start ng fourth quarter. Nung natalo nga kami nun, 14 points. Lamang kami ng 14 points. 4 minutes, natalo pa kami. Kaya sabi namin, sa quality ng team namin, kayang-kaya namin bumalik kahit gaano kataas yung lamang ng kalaban.
Ayun, so nakabalik na naman kayo. Alvin, baka may mga gusto ko batiin?
Medyo marami to binabati ko si Boss Governor Claude Bautista, Congresswoman Claudine Bautista Lim and Boss Tracker Lim, Boss Dinko Bautista, Ma'am Dabi Bautista, Madam Mimi, Ma'am Gina, Pastor Ferdinand Tabaco, Coco Life, Martin Loon, Joseph Ronquillo, Wengay Asnan, MSC Boss Glenn Medalya, Bisnok Manok, Malyab Farm, Corban, Rocky, Damper Party List, Choco Bambam, Stay Cool. Tapos, syempre yung family ko, yung mami ko, daddy ko na lagi nakasupport, yung ate ko, si bayaw ko, si Mark, si EJ, si Joe, yung asawa ko, si Shermel, si Adam, yung mga kaibigan ko sa Tondo, sila Daniel Arboleda, sila Edward Mendiola, Mayor John Peroda, ano pa ba na ayun lang, basta kung may nakalimutan ako, yung family ng girlfriend ko sa ibang bansa, Adaptante family, tsaka co-family. Shermel, I love you.
Sure ka wala ka na talaga nakalimutan. Okay, and that was our Coco Live best player of the game, Alwin All Day, All Die. Let's shift back to our panel to wrap this baby up.
So we got a close one to close the third game of our 8th day of competition dito sa Filbasket Subic Championship, 68-66 the win for the Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Life kontra dito sa Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. And we update our team standings ngayon. Makikita natin itong koponan ng Davao and Manila still on collision course dito as they have the lead so far in this tournament.
At sinusundan sila ng dating undefeated San Juan Knights, go for goal with 3-1. Nueva Ecija best friend 3-2.
Magkakadikit na yan.
Yes,
Medyo matraffic na sa ating
Oo nga
team standings. Muntinlupa still looking for their first win.
Yun
Maybe
lang.
they can get that done as we take a look at our games tomorrow. Another triple header coming up. Medical Depot taking on M-Trans Boracay de la Ia, Batangas City, Tanduay Athletics in our first game at 3:30 p.m. FSD Makati Army naman kalaban ng San Juan Knights, go for gold in our second game. And in our third game, the Muntinlupa Defenders looking for win number 1 as they take on the Burlington EOG Sports Club. job. And that's gonna do it for us dito sa ating third game of the 8th day of competition dito sa Filbasket Subic Championship. Sa ngalan ng aking partner, si Eman Cabiles, ito po si Noel Zarate. Paalam, and we will see you tomorrow. And everybody, stay safe.